Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Major Misconduct. Scott Taylor, Curt Keelback. We had some fun today. We got to talk about the Olympics, and that gives me all sorts of pleasure. Allows me to go completely out of my mind. Unlike the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, the team that I picked to win easily against the Montreal Alouettes, on this show, on radio, on the internet, I picked them to win easily. They disappointed me somewhat, losing 36-26 to the Montreal Alouettes and scoring, 23 of their 26 points late in the game.
The score flattered the Bombers.
Full flattered. I think you're absolutely right. Question I got for you. You saw the game. Who's to blame for this?
Well, they had no defense. They had no offense. Specialty teams weren't very good. And there seems to be some reason why they do change what little thing might work once in a while.
Yes,
and
I agree.
I don't know. I don't quite understand. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of logic behind it. So I think it's the fault of everyone in the organization. There's not too many guys who escape without blame in this one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you start out the season by dumping basically 7 players from a team that went to the Grey Cup. And a lot of those players were, like Odell Willis, Don Armacion, were players that had a lot of the emotion and the passion in the locker room and on the field that I think Winnipeg fans expect from their Blue Bombers. So I certainly do. And you take that passion out, suddenly Swaggerville became Staggerville. But they were able to get a great play out of Brady Brown to force a fumble against Edmonton and win a football game. And I think I was taken with the fact that team showed a little bit of passion and I thought played with a great deal of enthusiasm against Edmonton and expected the same thing against a Montreal team that's going in the other direction. They have not been very good defensively. Their offensive line was weak. You figured now was the chance you were going to jump on Montreal. And this Winnipeg team, they said the game started at 7:30. They weren't there at 7:30. That team had 12 yards of total offense in the first quarter. We're down 8-0. Your coach has to have you ready to play a football game.
Well, they've been outscored 47-7 in the first quarter of games so far this year. And another thing I'm curious about, I watch these games, and this Chad Simpson kind of impresses me.
Yes,
he carries the ball well, but he must have a contract where he doesn't play the last half. Because they only give him the ball in the first half.
That's right.
I don't understand it. If you've got something that's working, continue with it. And all of a sudden they get into this situation where they're trying to throw the ball too far, and they don't have the kind of protection afforded the quarterback that allows you to throw the ball that far.
Did you think Alex Brink was going to get up from that hit he took? There's the toughest guy.
He's resilient, but he shouldn't have to be that resilient. They've got to devise something where he gets rid of the ball a little bit quicker, maybe some shorter passes, maybe a little bit more of the ground game with Chad Simpson in particular. And then he won't be taking his life in his hands on every play.
Well, I don't think Montreal's been very good, and I think Edmonton has been particularly weak this season, and yet Winnipeg barely beat Edmonton at home and got kicked by Montreal. They've got Hamilton coming in the week after this weekend, so next week they've got Hamilton coming to town. My only words, good luck with that.
Well, if Stephen Giles had held on to that football, too,
that game's over.
They'd be
4-6. That team's 4-12 since last August. Frightening. We'll be back, talk a little bit of hockey. This is... I don't know what this is. This is just Scott Taylor going off today. It's Major Misconduct, live from 4Play Sports Bar on 360Winnipeg.ca.